Okay, I think it looks like we are live. Hi everyone, it's Friday afternoon and I'm Susanna the Date Maven. This is Flirty Fridays and we are broadcasting live from Ariel Style, and this is Renee Duxler, the owner,
Hi.
who has graciously allowed me to come in and kind of like take her away from her actual work this afternoon.
I'm excited to have you.
Thank you. And you know, I have to say, like, Renee is the person I probably least want to introduce because it's so darn intimidating. She has all this stuff that she's done and is doing and is like,
that's very sweet.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about a few different things. We're going to talk about some fashion. We're going to talk about some great patios for a first date today, because that's something I've been blogging about lately for 360 Wichita. I also want to ask Renee about current projects and passions she's pursuing, because she's a political candidate. And so we have a lot to cover, but I think we'll actually probably be pretty brief today, because I know last week I sort of went on and on and on, and I like to give them a reprieve if I was particularly chatty. So you've been here for a little over a year now, right, with Ariel?
Just a little under a year.
Oh, under a year.
Yeah,
okay.
No, you're fine. We opened up, kind of had a soft opening in October and then grand opening at the end of October. So yeah, we're coming right up on that year anniversary here at Ariel. So.
All right. So with a year comes 4 seasons of trends to pay attention to, and I know fall's right around the corner. I mean, it still feels pretty hot and muggy today, but if you look at the retail environment, retailers are telling us fall is right around the corner, even though our temperatures don't feel like it. Yeah. So what are you projecting for fall for the ladies who might be watching? And if you have any tips for men, they might be helped by that as well.
Sure. So, yeah, it is interesting. I am antsy to get fall inventory out, and that's actually why I'm holding a summer sale right now, to get a lot of my summer inventory out so we can start preparing for fall. But who knows, it may not be cool again until November. We'll just kind of see with Kansas weather. But I do foresee, we were just having the conversation prior to filming, how fashion history always kind of evolves in a circular manner, and we are seeing a lot of 90s fashion come back into style lately.
And colors, similar color palettes to what I remember wearing in the 90s, and then around 2000 I probably got rid of a lot of it, and then now I'm going back to the mall and going, I totally had the first iteration of that jumpsuit.
Right.
Or
so
that.
I'm seeing a lot of chokers coming back, just a lot of those kind of baby doll dresses, those sorts of things. I think we're going to start seeing those again this fall. So, which is fun for me as a resale shop, because that's all kind of, vintage stuff that I find when I'm out thrifting.
Oh, wow.
And so you can recycle it and reuse it.
Okay,
and
so be honest, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I wore those fashions the first time. So can I do it again, or is it kind of make me look like I'm trying too hard to look?
I was going to say, I think for women our age, older women, I always, talk about just classics. When you get to a certain age, that there are just classic looks and classic, things that are always going to be in style. Even something like you're wearing right now, you're just always going to kind of be in style. And then the other thing I always tell women is that 98% of style is having the confidence when you're wearing it.
Hell yeah.
So if you think you look good in something and you're comfortable in it, as long as you're portraying that confidence as you go out, it's going to look good. People are going to be like, hey, she looks amazing.
So what I'm hearing you say is, yes, Susanna, you should absolutely rock that tiger striped jumpsuit you're going to wear tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's absolutely
I like
what
to
I'm
threaten
saying.
these things. She's going to be like, oh gosh, don't do it. All right. Okay, so I'm looking around and I see that you have kind of organized your shop with... There's kind of a method to the madness here. So if someone's coming in for the first time, just play along with me. Let's say she's getting ready for a first date this weekend. She wants something cute and flirty and feminine to wear. How are you going to help her? Where are you going to lead her? What can you show her?
So typically, you're right. The way that the shop is organized is kind of a color aesthetic, and so you'll see that there's a lot of light colors that kind of get blended together throughout the shop. And what I tell women when they first walk in is, if they're what they gravitate to, they should go take a look at. And so if there's something that catches your eye, a print or a color pattern, I always tell them, go take a look at it, see if it's your size, see if it's something you want to try on, because typically we know what we like and what we don't like, and we know what our tastes are, and that's always kind of the first step. Kind of like I mentioned, if you feel like it's you and you're comfortable in it, it's going to exude that when you're wearing it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my best advice, and why I have this shop set up like this, because sizing among brands is never consistent. There's stuff in here that's extra small that I can wear, and stuff in here that's extra large I can wear on the kind of same fit almost. And so I tell people, take a look, and whatever you kind of gravitate to, pick it up, take a look at it, try it on. And have fun. That's really kind of the biggest point to all of this, and the reason I started Ariel is because I want women to have fun with their style again, putting outfits together, and this is kind of a little like play area.
And not spend your entire paycheck doing it.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
So that said, I think you pulled a couple pieces that you can show people,
sure did.
and I kind of have my eye on one.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to kind of work those on camera here? Okay.
I'll just kind of walk over to them if you want to show this
can
off.
pivot.
So these are actually little things that I have in my
I'm waving at the people who are like making little remarks. Okay.
That I have in my front window, and so I was going to show them off today. I think that, again, comfort is number one in a date, especially, those first dates. You're getting to know somebody. It's, very stress-inducing, so you might as well be comfortable. And so if we're looking at this summer, going out on an afternoon date or even an evening date, I love this look because the jean skirt is back. And so wearing a fun, comfortable jean skirt, it's not too dressed up, but you can also dress it up with accessories. And then I love this BG top because it's sheer, it's got the fun kind of color differential. You can do the fun tuck with it. And then depending on your comfort level, you could wear a really cute bralette under this, or a full tank top or top under it, kind of depending on how much you want to expose. But you could get really bold with this top, and so that could be something fun. And then I think for most women, a maxi dress is always comfortable. You're kind of showing off the shoulders and kind of showing off a little of your arms, but then you have the maxi to cover up the rest, and so it doesn't feel too revealing for the most part. And there's most women look just fantastic in a maxi dress, and so to stay comfortable, stay cool under pressure, I love this look.
And this is a very cute detail here.
It is, isn't it, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're
so
very
that
welcome.
would be the perfect dress for a patio date, which is I mean, how am I awesome with the segues or what?
I know, right?
All right, do you
really
want to
good.
you don't have to duck, you can just cross.
I'll just cross.
Just cross. Own the cross, sister.
All right.
Well done. Well executed.
Thank you.
All right, so I hadn't really shared this with my audience yet, that 360 Wichita approached me and said, we'd really like to create more meaningful content for our Wichita readers and visitors online, and just kind of identified that you just can't keep me inside. I like to be out and about. I like to socialize. I like to just kind of know what's going on and be involved in the community. And so we put our heads together and decided that a blog about dating and relationships and social opportunities in Wichita would be the way to go. So I'm really happy to announce that partnership, and my first blog should be live, I hope, fingers crossed, on 360 Wichita. And so one of the things that I talked about this week, since it is end of summer, heading into fall, we could, within the next month to 6 weeks, we'll have our last chance to enjoy some of those patios.
Yes.
And so I made a list, and I'm just going to say not everyone's going to agree with my list. It's okay. I might have some haters right off the bat. I'm prepared for that. And you can argue with me, Renee.
I have really strong opinions about patios.
Oh, for crying out loud, they do. I kind of crowdsourced this on Facebook.
Right.
I'm like, well, help me think of the ones I haven't thought of yet. And so, yeah, people were calling out their favorite patios. So here's the criteria that I used. I said the patio has to have a nice view. So not necessarily a view of a parking lot or a busy street, which there are some great patios in the city that unfortunately you are looking at asphalt. So just a lovely view, and then that was kind of the first thing, and then obviously I'm gonna expect a good drink or a good appetizer, a good service, but if I were just using the criteria of the cocktails and the appetizers and wait staff, I would never be able to, like the list would be 50 long. So that's how I did it. So the first one, and this is in alphabetical order, by the way, just so that you don't think it's, I feel like I'm making all these apologies and caveats. I just don't want like business owners writing me. Here's what you can do. If I left off your patio, send me invite me over. Give, you can
sell me on it.
Sell me on it. Right. That's exactly what I was trying to say. So the first one is Abuelos over at the waterfront in East Wichita. And again, this one was kind of like on the cusp for me because the patio there gets a lot of west direct sunlight late in the day, and it's a scorcher. Yeah. I should have brought my little fan, but I started traveling with a little fan. So
that's awesome.
That's where you want to take your fan. But here's the thing: the green pineapple salsa. Can I hear it from the fans of the green pineapple salsa? Here's why it's not a great first date spot though, because those chips tend to break a lot, and so then you have the crumbs. I'm a messy eater, or it's all over the table. So again, that one's kind of it's more thumbs up than thumbs down for me, but Abuelos was first on my list. Second, our friends here in the Douglas Design District will like this one. It's Central Standard Brewing. Is it brewing or brewery?
I think it's brewing.
Brewing, okay, CSB for short is what we always call it. Right. So it's kind of in that area where the Douglas Design District meets downtown, or in that overlap zone. And it was a hipster spot long before there were other hipster spots.
Right, yeah.
It's kind of the first and early. I'm not a beer drinker, don't hate, but I drink the sangria, and let me tell you, it's potent.
It's very, yeah.
One equals two.
It is, no, it's for sure.
So I feel like I'm getting great value there.
It's a great value drink, for sure.
It's a 2-for-1. And there's usually like a food truck lined up there by the patio. And then if not, there's the little green space or park across the street.
Yeah, no, it's got Hyde Park down there. It is a great little location.
Yes. So, all right, what up, CSB? And then there's Chester's Chop House. So we have to go back out to the waterfront for that one.
Sure.
And some people were like, do they even have a patio? Well, yeah, it's more of a dining patio than a drinking patio. So that would be more, if you're just drinking for a first date, you would probably feel compelled to order food there. So maybe don't go there if you're just wanting to keep it drinky. But you will have a lakeside view, and the wait staff is on point there. So if you're trying to impress your date, it's a more formal vibe.
For sure.
And then there's Newport Grill.
It's probably my favorite.
You like that one?
I love Newport.
At Bradley Fair. So what do you love about it?
Oh gosh, I mean, it's definitely because it is east facing and on the east side of the building, and late in the evening and at night it's just a better temperature.
A little shaded.
A little more shaded. And then the food and the drinks and the wait staff, I mean, it's just that full combination. Everyone is just so gracious and good about recommending things. I've never eaten anything I didn't love there, and their drinks are fantastic.
And everything's beautifully plated there. I really like the way they plate things. There's oftentimes entertainment, like a live guitarist or something. If that doesn't entertain you, then the people who are trying to feed the ducks or geese or whatever by hand and get bit, that's always entertaining for me, because I guess people will mean that.
Is great.
They're always like, I'm like, what do you expect is going to happen when you're feeding this? Anyway, okay. They should probably post a sign, like,
right.
So, all right. What else? Oh, also in Bradley Fair, Yaya's. I debated about this one too because, like I said, my criteria about the parking lots, and it is right up against a parking lot.
Right.
However, they have a lot of nice landscaping there, trees and flowers and shrubs.
The ambiance in the patio space is
it
very
makes
nice.
that far. So the ambiance more than elevates the experience. The wait staff is good. And like
also live entertainment.
Exactly.
All of that. So,
all right. And the reason, and here's the thing too, I'm always kind of mindful of, if there is entertainment, how loud or how soft is it? Because if it's the first date, you want to make sure to have quality conversation. You don't need to be shouting above the music. That is the reason why some of the bars on my honorable mention made it more on the honorable mention list than the top list. So I like the patio at Fredo's, which we have shot.
Haven't been yet. So
all right, Fredo, if you're watching, here's a new potential
customer.
We're
gonna have to go out and do that. Yep.
Yes. So wine and tapas there. It's a really clean, contemporary patio. Of course, Mort's Patio is renowned
Yeah.
in the city of Wichita, and Monday night half-price martinis. But the entertainment's
the noise
pretty
level.
pretty high vibe.
Even if there's not entertainment, you have so many people in that little space most of the time.
Yeah.
that you have
Well, and because table sharing
great.
is a custom
Fun.
there, which
Yeah.
I love the European style of table sharing,
Right.
but not for a first date, because then
Right.
you don't feel like you're really on a date anymore. It's like, oh, and here are 5 friends, and I don't know those 3 people, but they seem cool, and now all these people hear our conversation, and it's not very datey then at that point. I also wanted to give honorable mention to Norton's Brewing Company, which I know they don't need the publicity right now.
No,
They're
they don't.
slammed. There's like a 3-hour, I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
long wait
It's
every
insane.
time you try to go to Norton's.
Yeah.
It's not so much a patio; it's more of a playground for adults.
Yeah.
It's
I agree with that.
yeah. But yeah, the wait times can get a little tedious, and that may not be the tone you want to set for a first date. Of, well, let's hang out for an hour and a half and twiddle our thumbs.
Right.
And then the Brickyard, it has kind of a one-of-a-kind vibe and live music. But again, it's hard to have those getting acquainted conversations if you're dancing and sweating your face off and really getting down. So, all right, that is my top 5 and then 4 honorable mentions. Any place you think I should have included, Renee?
No, honestly, those are some of my favorites. I live in College Hill, and so we walk to the wine dive a lot, and they've got that little strip that's fun for evenings and it's fun for breakfast. It is right on, Douglas, and so it's pretty busy right there. So it's great people watching.
Yeah.
Again, you get to watch a lot of action that's happening out there, and it is difficult in the summertime because the sun is usually right on you there. But good food, good drinks.
Yes.
So you have to weigh them out.
Well, so if you're watching and you want to scold me for not mentioning your favorite patio, scold away. I'm open to it. One other quick thing I thought I would talk about today, which is kind of getting into the business of things, so forgive me, but I've had a couple people asking lately about how do I stay on your radar if you have someone who's a matchmaking client and you are looking for people to fix them up with, because I source those people. I have a database I start with, but I also kind of go out and headhunt. So for people who are interested in being in that database, so that you're kind of like in my Rolodex, so to speak, there's no cost to be in that, but there is some information I need from you. And so you can go to the Date Maven website and fill out a form there. If you don't find the form, you can just email me, Susanna@thedatemaven.com, and I will send the form to you. But I'm going to ask you things like your name, your age, your birthday, what you're looking for. Are you looking for marriage or a civil union? Are you looking for a serious long-term relationship? Are you looking to date just for fun, just for companionship, go enjoy a patio? And is starting a family on your radar? Because that can really be a non-negotiable for some people. I'm going to ask you to describe yourself, like what are your looks, what's your personality, send me some pictures, that kind of thing. I'm going to ask you about your relationship history, what have been the significant relationships in your life, and what have you learned from them, and how long has it been since your last one. I kind of want to make sure you're relationship ready, and if not, what do we need to do to get you there? And then I'm going to ask you a little bit about what types of people you're attracted to. What are their qualities inside and outside? I'm going to ask you a little bit about your lifestyle, things like drinking, smoking, drugs, all of those kinds of things that can get a little prickly for many people. What you like to do in your free time, what are your hobbies and activities? And then pets, of course, kind of factor into that as well. And there are a few other more intimate kinds of questions that, and the thing is this is all confidential, so I don't post this online anywhere. It's not like on Match where you can see what they've listed about themselves. It's really just for my eyes and any other matchmakers I'm collaborating with to make sure that we are making a meaningful and promising introduction between two people.
That's great.
So,
Cool.
yeah, if you weren't aware that form exists on the website, because sometimes I feel like it's a little hidden, so that's why I'm kind of trying to call it out today, then that's there. And I always want to know people's feedback about someone they've gone on a date with, because that can be very valuable for the coaching part of things. So, all right. So would your guy pass muster on my? I bet he would.
He probably would.
I think he'd be fine.
I
don't know if he's
found
watching.
A pretty good one.
But
I don't know if he's watching.
I'm just throwing that out to
either,
tease and Mark if you're watching.
Absolutely. He deserves it.
I think he probably puts up with a fair amount of.
And he does. He absolutely
ribbing.
does. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that we are kind of a perfect match in our ability to be super annoying, but also like incredibly helpful to each other.
You can't take yourselves too awfully seriously
No,
sometimes
you cannot.
in a
You
relationship.
cannot. That's true, and I appreciate that my partner does not. So.
Well, is there anything else? I do want to tell people how to get a hold of you if they want to come shop with you here at Ariel Style. I want to make sure they know how to connect with you.
Yeah, so if you want to come and just check the place out, we are open Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 6. Come on by and check it out. We've got our designer resale store here, and then I also have Daba Design Studio in the back that provides alterations, not only for, if you buy something here and you'd like to get it altered, but anything, you can bring in and have him quote and get some information. So we've got that noon to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. You can go on the website, www.ariel, and it's spelled AERIAL, as in Ariel, above, high, lofty is what the definition is. .style, so it's not .com, not .org, it's .style. So you can find us on the website. We also have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram account, all under Ariel Style. Those are all great ways to get a hold of us, via any of those mechanisms, you can also find an email and a phone number as well.
Instagram is great for kind of pre-shopping, so
Yes.
that you know,
Yeah.
oh, she has that. That
Right.
is worth driving
And
down there.
I do try to do a really good job of not only posting Instagram pictures, but using the stories mechanism in Instagram to post, like as I've been having the sale, I've been posting a lot of the clothing I have, the original price on it, and then what the sale price would be, if you came in this week. And so people could get an idea, and that's really helped with, pulling people in. So.
Very good. And likewise, to stay in touch with us at the Date Maven, we're on Instagram as well, Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Did I leave any out, Chrissy?
All the things.
I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah, all the things, all the places. And I'm always open to ideas from the viewers about what topics you want to hear us talk about. I get a lot of my topic ideas from client sessions that I have. Also open if you own a Wichita business that aligns with my mission and values in my business. Would really like to have the opportunity to kind of help support each other and cross-promote each other. So reach out to me at Susanna, SUZANNA, at thedatemaven.com if you would like to suggest that. And teaser, I'm going to be on the road next week for Flirty Friday. I'm road tripping. Producer Chrissy's going,
Nice.
do I know about this? Like, am I going anywhere? No, I'm leaving next week. Isn't next week the 24th?
Yeah.
Yep, so it's going to be totally deconstructed. It's going to be probably me on the side of the interstate going,
Nice.
hey, what's
Nice.
up? I'm talking about this from a ditch or a rest stop, but that keeps it exciting.
Right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So be sure to tune in next Friday at 3 o'clock, or you can always watch it the next day on Saturday on Facebook. Thank you so much, Renee.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
It's been fun.
And thank you for watching. Mwah.